Bless.
All right, Most High Christ. All right. Bear with me 1 second, Israel. Bear with me. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Most High Christ. Shalom, Israel. Yahweh Bashim Yahshua Thumb. Yahweh Shema Thumb Bashim Yahushua. I'm prison officer at 5,000. You die holding down till 13. To Captain of 13,000. Shapar Napaj gets here. Captain Shapar will be in the building tonight. You know what I'm saying? Now, Black, Latino, First Nation, man and woman, understand something. That's what we got to realize, man. We got to realize that we got to come out of the world. We got to come out of this society, come out of America. Because America, man, is not for our people. It's not. It's not. Living like this is not how we're supposed to be living as the Lord's chosen people. Our God told us, man, to be separate, to separate. If I could I get Leviticus chapter 20 and verse 26? Our God told us that we had to be separate from these other nations, man, to separate. Let me get the book of Leviticus chapter 20 and verse 26.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 20, and verse 26.
Go ahead.
And ye shall be holy unto me.
The Lord said, ye shall be holy unto me, man. You should be holy unto me. That's what our God told us, man. You know what it means to be holy? Holy means to be separate. Holy means to be set apart. That is what our God is telling the children of Israel, who are Blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians, that we have to be holy, that we have to be separate. And our God telling us this, man. You know what else we got to realize? That our God doesn't love everybody. Our God is not for all races of people coming together. That experiment was tried in Babylon, man, with Nimrod and the Most High. Set the angels down to confound the languages, man. That's why the Asians speak what they speak, the Arabs speak what they speak. You know what I mean? The oppressor, everybody had their own language. But our language is the holy tongue, the Lashawan Kodash. Our God told the children of Israel, Black man, Latino man, and woman, Native Indian man and woman, that you shall be holy unto me, to be separate, set apart. Even when you look at the Bible ain't for everybody. It's called the Holy Bible. Meaning this Bible was set apart for us. Keep going.
For I, the Lord, am holy.
For I, the Lord, am holy. Wait a minute. Meaning the Most High is holy. The Most High is set apart. For I, the Lord, am holy. Meaning the Most High don't give a damn about these heathens, man. He don't give a damn about the Africans, the Futu, Nungala, the Black Panther. Does not care about the East Indians or the Arabs. A lot of y'all get caught up in the philosophy and the religion of the Arabs, looking foolish as hell. I saw y'all during Ramadan. I saw y'all looking just as pitiful as you can be because you ain't eat for a couple hours. Shameful, man. Our God is not for everybody, man. He said, for I, the Lord, am holy. And scripture says, Shema Yasha'Allah Yahweh Allahayana wa Yahweh Akkad. What I said was our God is one God, man. He's one Lord. And he's only the God of Blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians. For I, the Lord, am holy. Read.
And have severed you from other people.
And have severed you from other people. Meaning our God severed us from the oppressor. Severed us from these heathens. And it was so heavy, right? Big shout out to 12 Shield General Mayaka Allah. What he was breaking down Monday was so heavy. What General Mayaka was breaking down was heavy for this reason, because ignorance is the main reason for us to be in the condition that we're in right now. Right. Being ignorant of the Most High. You don't want to be ignorant of the Most High. Our God separated us from this oppressor, and you want to be like them. Look at Diddy, wanting to be like the oppressor. Diddy ain't the first one to do what he did. He ain't the first one to live a lascivious lifestyle. That's why our God is against those type of lifestyles, man. But where did you learn to be like that? Who did you learn that nasty, filthy behavior from? Who did you learn who taught you how to be a deviant, to be a crook, to be a murderer? You learned it from the oppressor, man. Our God said that he severed us from other people. because he's holy. Then I've separated you from other people. Read on.
That ye should be mine.
That ye should be mine, because we belong to the Most High. That's who we belong to. The Lord said that ye could be mine, that ye should be mine, because we belong to the Most High. We are the children of Israel. Yasha'Allah. You know what Yasha'Allah means? Yasha'Allah means Prince of the Power. That's our name. That's our nationality. Being Israel, being Israelites. The man that calls himself a Jew today is not a Jew, but the devil that the Bible speaks of. Black, Latino, First Nation man, you are a prince of the power. And Black, Latina, and First Nation woman, you are a princess of the power. That's what we have to come back to. That's what we have to realize. When we get so caught up in this society, you look at what your oppressor has and say, oh man, I got to get down with Bill. I got to get down with Bob. No, you don't.
Right.
Listen, that way will lead us straight to death. Right. And not just a physical death that we already suffer, a spiritual death that our people is under right now, man. Not knowing who we are. Because you looking at what the oppressor has and say, I gotta have this, I gotta have that. Nah, man. Give me Proverbs chapter 3 and verse 31. Bubba for sure. Proverbs chapter 3 and verse 31. I'm gonna show you another scripture what our God said, man, in regards to these heathens, in regards to the oppressor. Read.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 3 and verse 31.
Mm-hmm.
Envy thou not the oppressor.
Envy thou not the oppressor. Meaning, don't look at what the oppressor has and envy him. Don't look at what he has in this wicked society, in this kingdom, and say, hey, I gotta have this. I gotta live like this. Nah, Black man, nah, Latino man and woman, First Nation man and woman. Our God said, envy thou not the oppressor. Meaning this, if the oppressor is living that wicked lifestyle, guess what? We can't live it.
Right.
We can't do it. We can't do what he do. Listen, another scripture says in Jeremiah 10 and verse 1, it says, hear, O Israel, learn not the way of the heathen.
Right.
Don't learn the ways of these heathens, man. Don't do what they do. We can't. We can't do what they do. We can't be a Buddhist.
Right.
We can't be a Muslim. We can't be a Christian. It ain't in our nature to be those things, man. We're going against the grain. We're going against the Most High by choosing the ideology, you know what I mean, the philosophy of these other nations.
Right.
We directly go against the Most High when we do that. You don't realize you're fighting against the Lord, man, wanting to be a Muslim. So some of you brothers, man, it's disgusting, man. You be coming in there having the little dress on. And guess it's a dress. Right. It is a goddamn dress that y'all be wearing, man. Christians out there, you know what I mean, getting swallowed up. We know what's going on in that church, right? Getting swallowed up. Ain't that what the bishop said? You being a fake Israelite, masquerading in purple. Right. Lavender lads, wearing fringes on your t-shirts, all out of order. Our God said, envy thou not the oppressor. And in envy and not the oppressor, you got to look at these other heathens, man, these other nations and say, damn, man, why would I want to have what you have when our God gave us the greatest thing he could give us, man? He chose us to be his people. Our God is telling us straight up, envy thou not the oppressor. Read.
And choose none of his ways.
And choose none of his ways. Nada. None. We ain't supposed to choose the ways of the oppressor, man. That's how we get caught up. That's how we get jammed up, man, in the worst way possible. Jammed up in the worst way possible because we want to live like them. We want to do what they doing. We can't live like them. We can't do what they doing, man. We can't. We cannot. Black man, Latino man, First Nation man and woman, that's a better way to live, and you ain't living right now. Our God said, envy thou not the oppressor and choose none of his ways. Christianity is the way of the oppressor.
Right.
Hell, Islam is the way of the oppressor. It's the way of these heathens, man. You ain't supposed to do that.
Right.
We ain't supposed to live like them. Give me Matthew chapter 6 and verse 24. Let me show you what our King said. Christ said it out of his own mouth, which was so heavy, man, in regards with our people. Because you got to make a decision. Are you going to stand with the Most High, keep these laws, statutes, and commandments, and have faith in our King, Yahweh Shah Mashiach? Or are you going to serve the gods of these other nations? Let me tell you something, black man and woman. We've been serving the gods of these other nations for years. And guess what? It has not benefited us. Right. Christianity has not benefited blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians. Right. Islam has not benefited us. Being a Buddhist, being a Sheik in goddamn Hinduism has not benefited us. Right. A lot of you caught up in that spirituality, whatever the hell that means. You're spiritual, you burn sage, you're wearing rocks around your neck, you outside. Listen, I know we tell y'all to touch grass, but y'all done took it too far. You out there burning sage, feeding grass, getting high. All of that is evil to the Most High. Right. Our God is against all of that. And I'm going to show it to you. Read what you got, I-Bob.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 6, and verse 24.
Wait, you in the door. Well, it's so heavy. The scripture that I bought is about to read, right? In Matthew, the 6th chapter, and the 24th verse. This is Christ speaking. This is our King. This is what our King was saying, man. And I'm going to show it to you. In Matthew chapter 6, and verse 24. Go ahead, I read.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 6, and verse 24. No man can serve two masters.
Christ said no man can serve two masters. You can't serve two masters, man. You can't. Right. You cannot serve two masters, man. You know, and this is what Christ said. So I done heard Arabs talk about, yeah, salam alaikum, brother. Salami, eggs, and bacon. We understand Christ. We love Christ. Right. You love Christ. Let me tell you something. I done caught a few brothers. I done caught a few brothers around Christmas time. After Christmas, around December 27th, they be in there doing the shopping. Man, I remember when Daniela was breaking this down to us one day. He said, well, listen, I couldn't believe it until I actually saw it. They actually do this. They wait 2 days after the fact and be like, yeah, we only do it 2 days after the fact. We don't celebrate it on that day, but we do get our kids gifts afterwards. Ain't no difference. Right. There's no difference in that. No difference in that. Man, I saw one video I bought of, it was this Israeli. Now, this woman was a so-called Jew, Amalek. She says, I'm Israeli. You know what I mean? She's so lucky. I wish I could find this video, man. If I can find this video, I'm gonna have you play like Bob. Because I was taken aback. I had to take a shot. I said, Jesus Christ, this is crazy. So she said, I'm Israeli. You know what I mean? You know, of course I support Zionism. And then she said, but I'm also a Muslim. I was like, what? What did she say? Y'all just confused out here. Y'all just confused. Christ said no man can serve two masters. Read.
For either he will hate the one, and love the other.
Hey, shalom, sir. Lord Christ, I'm teaching the class. Come on, sir. Lord Christ, sir. I'll call you afterwards. Lord Christ, sir. Read again, I buy.
Okay. For either he will hate the one and love the other.
Either he will hate the one and love the other. When Christ said no man can serve two masters, because either he will hate the one and love the other. Listen, man, you hate the Most High. You hate the God of Israel, but you love the oppressor. How you know you love the oppressor? I saw a video with that sister, the rapper, Glorilla, man, that was just disgusting. She's sitting there on Club Shay Shay. I buy. Okay. Sitting there on Club Shay Shay with Shannon Sharp. Talking about, and Shannon was like, man, I don't know how you do it, sis. You know what I mean? They be trying to trap you. They try to trap you. I'm just like, this nigga. And then she was like, you know how they gonna trap you. Trap you with a baby. And she says, at that place, I got a membership. She talking about the abortion clinic. Monstrous, man. Monstrous. And out of order. And then her and Shannon had the nerve to laugh like the shit was funny. Abortion is not funny, man.
Right.
It's not funny. Some of y'all, man, not saying all, have become true monsters in this place. And that's what Christ was talking about. Either you will hate the one and love the other. You love the oppressor because the oppressor gives you the option of aborting that baby, murdering that child, man. Because abortion is murder. Abortion is murder. You hate the Most High because the Most High doesn't want you to abort that baby. That baby don't belong to you, Black woman, Latina woman, First Nation woman. That baby belongs to the Most High God.
Right.
That is who that baby belongs to. And that's what Christ is saying, man. What our King is saying. Keep going, read.
Or else he will hold to the one.
You will hold to the one. You hold to the oppressor. The oppressor allows you to do all type of lascivious behavior. Allows you to be a homosexual. Allows you to be a whore or whoremonger. Allows you to be a murderer. Keep reading.
And despise the other.
And despise the other. You despise the God of Israel. You know what I mean? You despise the Most High, man. And Yahweh is his name. You can't live that lifestyle, man. You going up against the Most High, you can get destroyed, man. You can be destroyed. And what's so heavy about it, I like when I saw that clip of Glorilla, I was like, God damn, like this sister's really a monster. And then looking at Shay Shay Quatazakarai, oh, keying like a woman, like a sodomite. It's a rough situation, man. A rough situation. And when we got to realize, man, we get far and far away from our God as possible trying to follow after this beast, man. Like sitting up there promoting all type of wickedness and evil. Let me explain something to you. If I can get, like, Bob, give me Lamentations 4:3. And speak on that for a second, because that was really disgusting. Like, that baby really does not belong to you, sis. And if you don't want to have a baby, there's something you can do. Close your damn legs. Close your legs. Like, God damn. You have to understand, first of all, sex is marriage according to God.
Right.
When you lay down with a man, sis, and brother, when you lay down with a sister, that's your wife and that's your husband.
Right.
It's the death do you part for real after that. For real. Sex is marriage. Not a marriage license, not a little piece of paper. Nah. When you lay down with that sister, when you lay down with that brother, that's marriage. And guess what? When a man comes together with a woman, guess what happens? There's a strong chance you can have a baby.
Right.
You don't want to have that baby. Close your damn legs.
Right.
Like your first option can't be, let me just go down to the clinic. Let me go down to Planned Parenthood. That is wicked as hell, man. Right. And the oppressor is truly the devil that the Bible speaks of. El hombre blanco es el diablo. Because guess what? This is what they promote. Margaret Sanger and them other devils, they put them abortion clinics in our neighborhoods, man. They want us to abort and murder our babies. They got that from, guess where? Egypt. Wow. That was a tactic that the Africans used against us. But now you think it's all right, that it's cool. It's never been cool. I'm going to show it to you. Read Lamentations chapter 4, verse 3.
This is book of Lamentations, chapter 4, verse 3. Even the sea monsters draw out the breath. Even the sea monsters draw out the breath. Like, God damn. When it says even the sea monsters, the orca, the great, you know what I mean, the killer whale. Right. They call him the great white shark. Right. Even he, you know, even the sharks, you know what I mean, give suckle to their young, man. Go ahead. They give suck to their young ones. Even they do it. You mean to tell me the orca, you know what I mean? You mean to tell me the orca, they know how to give suckling to their young, give milk to their young? Right. The sharks know how to do it. The blue whales know how to do it. The monsters of the deep, they know how to care and provide for their young ones, man. Read. The daughter of my people. But the who? The daughter of my people. The daughter of my people. The daughter of my people. Read. Is become cruel. The daughter of my people have become cruel. You become cruel, Black woman. You become cruel, Latina woman, First Nation woman, thinking it's all right to murder your baby. Because that's what abortion is. Right. Abortion is murder. And what you don't realize, man, most sisters that we counsel that go and get abortions, man, it does something to them. Right. I got a homie in the world, man. He went with his wife. And I'll never forget this. This stuck with me, I. He said when he went, and I told the brother, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
When they went and did it out, he said, man, Yediah, me and my wife, we will never forget the smell of that room. Right. The smell of the room. And I could only imagine. He said it'll stick with them. I was like, you know why? Because you smell death. Right. You smell real death. Right. Read it again from the top.
Oh God. Even the sea monsters draw out the breath.
Like, God damn, like even the sea monster. Even the sea monster. You mean to tell me monsters of the deep, they can do it? They can give suck to their young? Read.
They give suck to their young ones.
They give suck to their young ones. Read reading.
The daughter of my people has become cruel.
The daughter of my people have become cruel. That's a learned behavior. That's a learned behavior. Where if you don't want to have that baby, guess what you can do? You can cross them up. Cross your legs. Wow. Understand that's where babies come from. That every time you lay down with a man, that is a possibility that you know what I mean, can have a baby. Wow. That's why when you see sisters like Glorilla, I know what happened with Quantas. I know you heard what happened with Sister Sexy Red earlier, right? Came to the high school high as hell, high as a kite. Higher than Red and Method Man on how high, and then wondering why she wasn't let into school. But here's the bigger question I have right now. What the hell is she going to the school to tell the teacher, tell young sisters and brothers anyway? Right. What are you going to talk about? Right. What are you going to talk about? What can we learn from you? And that's why it goes also back to what they promote in this kingdom, right? What they promote in this place. That they promote every wicked vice, every lascivious nature, you know what I mean? Promoting every evil thing under the sun to our babies. That's a rough situation. Like, what could you possibly pass on to young sisters? How to whore themselves out? Passing on, you know what I mean, the young brothers to be whoremongers? To not respect yourself or one another? Nah. Our God knows better than we do. Right. Way better. Right. And that's why we can't follow after these heathens. We cannot. We cannot continue to do this. Because if we continue to do this, we are going to be destroyed. And destroyed in the worst way possible. You don't realize, right, the reason why you go to that church, the reason why you go to that mosque, a lot of you, like General Mayak, when he was breaking down Monday, are ignorant. Ignorant, why do I say that? Because naturally you have a zeal to want to serve the Most High, right, but not according to knowledge. Right. Not according to the knowledge of the Most High. Like Hosea 4:6 says, for my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. We destroyed for a lack of knowledge, Black, Latino, and First Nation, man. And that's why we got to come back to what our God said. Like that tactic, right, that they use in I.S.U.P.K with the abortion, guess what? That is old. Give me Exodus chapter 1, right? Okay. Give me the book of Exodus.
Bro, you could come to the front real quick?
Salaki Kwanzaa. My change charts. Yeah, man. Yeah, give me Exodus chapter 1, iPod, and start at verse 8. Now, this is the history class. We'll go over some history. You do know that abortion is murder, it's mass genocide, something that the Egyptians, you know what I mean, implemented for our people. And I'm going to show you that. So when you see Planned Parenthood and all these different abortion clinics, right, you know what I mean, that they set up here in America, that is a tactic as old and goes back to the time of Egypt when we came into Egypt. Now, we rolled into Egypt 70 deep, I buy. Rolled in there 70 deep. And then we grew and they saw it. And this was their response to it. Exodus chapter 1 and verse 7.
This is the book of Exodus chapter 1 and verse 7. And the children of Israel were fruitful and increased abundantly.
Listen, when it says the children of Israel were fruitful and increased abundantly, meaning this, we started having babies. We started multiplying. We started having more and more of our people. And them Africans took notice of that. Keep reading.
And multiplied, and waxed exceedingly mighty, and the land was filled with them.
We was everywhere. Listen, that's one thing that we can do, Quatazar. We can have children. Most of us came from a big household. Right. Yeah, I mean, I came from a big household. You know what I mean? Youngest of 5. A lot of us came from big households. You can forget about our Latino brothers and sisters, man. Them kids pop out. You know what I mean? Listen, man, that's what our people do. And they understand that and they take notice. They do. These Africans took notice and this was their response to it. Read verse 8.
Verse 8. And there rose up a new king over Egypt, which knew not Joseph.
Now, when it says that a new king arose out of Egypt that didn't know Joseph, meaning some time has passed. You know what I mean? They didn't know Joseph. Joseph is the father of Ephraim and Manasseh. Right. The father of Ephraim and Manasseh. And guess what? When we roll back in there, you know what I mean? And Joseph was, listen, second under Pharaoh, might I add. Second under Pharaoh and did not compromise his integrity, you know what I mean, and served the Most High as he should. Go to show you that you don't have to fall weak and compromise yourself for the oppressor, for America. Right. Now, there's a new king that rose up in Egypt, right? He didn't know Joseph. He didn't know who Joseph was. He didn't know that Joseph came in and helped them. I mean, the Most High sent Joseph into Egypt, you know what I mean, to assist them, you know what I mean, in the famine that was to come. But he ain't know it. Keep reading.
Verse 9. And he said unto his people, behold, the people of the children of Israel are more and mightier than we.
This Pharaoh stood up, right? This ruler stood up and said, listen, the children of Israel, they mighty. Meaning they're having a council, Quadazar. They sitting up there in their own war council. Like, hold on, man. You see them niggas out there? Them Israelites? They rolled up and listen, they more and mightier than we. They stronger than us. They better than us. They better. Keep going.
Verse 10. Come on. Let us deal wisely with them.
Come on. Let us deal wisely with them. Now, every brother and sister, you're going to understand what I'm getting ready to say. If I was to go out and ask 10 brothers in the world, Quadazar, you know what I mean? They would all tell me about how somebody's plotting on them. How you worried about your op. Right. This is one of our ops right here.
Right.
Creeping through, looking. He said, come on, let us deal wisely with them. They coming up with ways to how to deal with us, to try to get rid of us, man. Keep going.
Lest they multiply, and it come to pass that when there falleth out any war, they join also unto our enemies and fight against us, and so get them up out of the land.
They said, listen, man, what if, you know what I mean, what if Moab come over? What if Ammon? What if other, nations come up against us and they join them? We're going to be assed out. And not realizing, man, now it's so crazy, Quadazar, especially with how our people are. You know what I mean? They was worried about the wrong thing. They jumped the gun. Right. And I'm going to show you how they jumped the gun. Read.
Verse 11. Therefore, they did set over them taskmasters to afflict them.
Now, it says, therefore did they set over them taskmasters to afflict them. What does it mean when it says they set up over them taskmasters to afflict them? Meaning they set up overseers. Right. I mean, picture you at your job. Now, we all got a job. Well, we have a job here in the U.P.K, the brothers as priests and prophets of the Lord, right? Officers of the Lord. But I'm talking about that elevator plantation that you go to. That's slavery. And we, all of us, have that one brother or that one sister that just became supervisor that feel like they own the company. Like Quadazar. Like, you know what I'm talking about. I guess they're always that one brother, that one sister that they promote. And he feel like he that nigga. Somebody that never had power a day in their life. And they do anything that their oppressor says. Meaning this. That if the oppressor tells them that, you know, if he says jump, he asks how high. Set up taskmasters to afflict us, read.
With their burdens.
With their burdens. With their burdens. We're going to go into the deeper part of what their burdens. The burden is the slavery that we went into. This slavery that we went through here in America, this ain't the first rodeo that we had in captivity. Oh, it is not. It is not. We're going to get into it. Keep reading.
And they built for Pharaoh treasure cities.
Ooh, they built for Pharaoh what?
Treasure cities.
You know what kills me, Quadazar Karab? Like when I speak to an Egyptologist, they always tell me the same thing. Rah, rah, you know what I mean? In Egypt, Akhenaten, the you know what I mean, the city, the pyramids. Listen, Israel, I'm gonna share something with y'all. I'm only gonna tell y'all. Every time I look at a pyramid, my back hurt. You know why? Because we built those pyramids.
Right.
We built all that. Everything great that you see in the past that was about Egypt, we built that up.
Right.
So when you looking at the architecture and you know what I mean, the work that put in, I just think about poor Black, Latino, and First Nation brothers and sisters out there in that hot ass sun and desert.
Right.
And it's gonna go into it. Read.
Python and Ramses
Built up 2 big cities. Shouldn't be a surprise. Who built America?
Right.
We did. All the White Houses that were ever built, we built them. Them big skyscrapers that you see, who do you see out there working on these buildings? You see the tribes out there. You see the Mexican, you see the Guatemalan, you see Issachar and Zebulon, you see Asher, see Judah out there too. Don't nobody listen. The tribe of Benjamin, the tribe of Levi. Listen, man, Judah, we a little lazy compared to Benjamin and Levi. This is working brothers. I'm trying to tell you, we built all this. Keep reading.
Verse 12. But the more they afflicted them, the more they multiplied and grew.
Even though we were afflicted, even though we were in captivity, in slavery, building up their cities, we were still having babies. We were still thriving. And they sitting there quiet as I like, God damn, I sound like that brother I buy. Like, God damn, you would think with all this work that they doing, we wouldn't have time to make more children. And we wouldn't have the time, you know what I mean, to be with our families and raise them up. We continued to grow and multiply. Read.
And they were grieved because of the children of Israel.
And they were grieved because of that, because they for sure thought, maybe if we give them more work, they won't have time to multiply. They won't have time to grow. Okay. All right. Listen, Salaki, we get tired, but we ain't never that tired. Salaki, keep reading.
Verse 13. And the Egyptians made the children of Israel to serve with rigor.
And the Egyptians made the children of Israel to serve with rigor. Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. Meaning this, when it says they made us serve with rigor, meaning we were put in real bondage, real captivity. Rigor meaning it was harsh, it was rough. You can only imagine the conditions on our people that was out there, man, at that time. Keep reading.
Verse 14. And they made their lives bitter with hard bondage.
With hard bondage. Bitter with hard bondage. Slavery. That's what happened. Bitter with hard bondage. That's what we got caught up into. Thinking the African was our friend. Thinking the Black Panther, Nofutu Nungala, that they are our people and they cool with us. Meanwhile, they working us half to death. Quatazar, you know what's one of the greatest myths that gets debunked every time we all go to our slaveries? Somebody lied to us and told us that, you know what I mean, that Africans were hardworking. They put their nose down and they work and they do this. And let me explain something to you. I don't work with a lot of Hamites. They are lazy as hell. Lazy. I don't think you understand when I say that they are lazy. Just imagine you at your slavery and you doing all the work and they just standing around stinking the joint up. It's a rough situation, Quadazar. I work with one Hamite brother, and this man, Mustafa smelled like goddamn rhinoceros residue and giraffe water. I mean, wanted to bark orders like that. And I'm just like, God damn. I'm like, this is what it was like in Egypt. This is what it was like. And they did a really good job of trying to destroy our image to say we're lazy, we're not this, we're not that, but they'll work. No, that's not true. That's not true. Even when you look at the culture of the Egyptians, right? And the scriptures even speak about this. When we first came into Egypt, right? Joseph told us, go tell Pharaoh that we're sheep herders. That we like to deal with the cattle and the animals. The Egyptians looked down on that. He's like, no, we don't do none of that. at this, you disgusting nigga. And these motherfuckers don't shower. That's what kills me, Quatazar. That's what kills me. But the buck was flipped. They make it seem like that we don't do anything. When we are the hardest working people on this earth. Right. The hardest working. The last fired, the first fired, last hired, extremely underpaid, not appreciated, oppressed to the moon and back. And they still find a way. They made our lives bitter with hard bondage, read.
In mortar and in brick.
In mortar and in brick. In mortar and brick, meaning we built those cities up. We built those pyramids. We built all that up. We did. You look at them treasure cities, you looking at this and that over there in Egypt, guess what? We built all of that up. And we're going to go into that too. Keep reading.
And in all manner of service in the field, all their service wherein they were, and wherein they made them serve was with rigor.
They made us serve with rigor. They made us serve with rigor. They made our lives extremely difficult. They made it hell. They made it hell.
Right.
And it gets worse. Read.
Verse 15. And the king of Egypt spake to the Hebrew midwives, of which the name of one was Shipra.
Now they started to speak to our women. Started to talk to the sisters, man. And guess what? Read.
And the name of the other, Hua. Verse 16. And he said, when you do the office of a midwife.
When you do an office of a midwife, meaning this, helping sisters, deliver their babies. You know what I mean? Safely, of course. Do you have any idea? Like, there is an article, Quadazar, about an outstanding number of Black and Latino women that died during their pregnancy. And most of that is due to negligence from the doctors. So a lot of them, are heathens, oppressors and East Indians and Hamites, and they don't support and help sisters, man, at all. At all. So when you're going through whatever trauma and the pain that you're going through with that childbirth, they'll just sit there and let you die. Listen, Serena Williams went through something very similar, and she kind of spoke out about it. But then I kind of didn't want to really hear it from her, Quadazar, because, you married to your oppressor. Like, you got to go tell that to your oppressor boy, your oppressor husband for all that. And it goes to show you why it's so important for Black, Latino, and First Nation men and women to be with one another, because we're the only ones that are going to understand each other's pain. Right. We're the only ones that are going to understand. These heathens do not have sympathy or empathy for us in what regards. Like, what the hell do I look like talking about my day with Becky for quite a time? Right. What do I look like? How is that going to go? Right. She can't relate to me. Susan can't relate. Even the African woman, she can't relate. Her people did not go into slavery. They did not go through the transatlantic slave trade. Deuteronomy 28 and 68 does not affect them. That affects us. We suffer from the conditions of these curses. Right. And the solution, man, is coming back to what our God said. That's why we battle and all day and all night against the machine here in America that promotes every wicked vice, a big one meaning abortion, in which they got from the Egyptians that we're getting ready to go into. Keep reading.
To the Hebrew woman and seat them upon the stool. If it be a son, then ye shall kill him.
You know why they said that if they have a son, you should kill him? Why do you think they said if you have a son? Because men carry the seed. Right. And that's something that these other nations know and understand. They said if that sister has a boy, keep reading.
But
read that last line again. If it be a son,
if it be a son, then ye shall kill him.
He said, listen, if they have a son, kill him. Kill him. That's what they said. That sounds like Planned Parenthood to me, Quadazar. In ancient Egypt, telling our sisters, the midwives, that when the Hebrew women have babies, if it's a son, kill him. Kill him. Get rid of him. Because Numbers 1:18 says, you are the seed of your father. Your pedigree and who you are, if your father is an Israelite, you're an Israelite. Not saying that sisters ain't important, and that's why interracial marriage is a sin against God.
Right.
Why? Since you got to be with that brother, and brother, you got to be with that sister. But this is something that the Africans implemented. They said, listen, man, they told their sisters and said, listen, if she has a boy, a son, kill him. Read that, God.
But if it be a daughter, then she shall live.
It said, but if she has a daughter, she shall live. And you got to understand something. And even that's happening. They don't mind abusing our women. They abuse our sisters every day. How do you know that they abuse our sisters every day? I'll give you a small case of how they do it. Y'all know about that devil, Caitlin Clark, right? Caitlin, whatever the fuck her name is, the little white girl that played basketball. Everybody is hype, you know what I mean, on that little white girl that plays basketball, to shoot the ball good, because they ain't had it in a while. But when that one sister, Angel Reese, when she was balling, when she was cooking, they demonized her. Caitlin Clark will go out there and just humiliate her opponents and talk shit while doing it, I buy. With showboat, and they would say, oh, look at her. She's so competitive. When she's out there taunting other women. But then Angel Reese came along. That's just the bad. That's just the bad on the court. She went up there, you know what I mean, and humiliated her. And they said, well, look at her. Who does she think she is? Demonizing the sister. They do that. That's a rough situation, man. Like, our sisters catch hell. Our brothers catch hell too. Wow. And that's why it's important to be in this place, man, that we got to realize that all we have is each other. Wow. Like, it's an evil thing, you know what I mean, to go down to that abortion clinic. Now, look at this, right? They said if it be a daughter, then she shall live. Now, America took this to the next degree. America don't give it, with America with the oppressor, they don't give a damn if you having a son or a daughter. Wow. They telling you to abort that baby. Don't abort that baby, sis. Don't do it. Do not do it. Don't do it at all. Right. And if you a sister that had one, you know what I mean, come into this truth. Come into this truth and realize that you can never do that again. That's what they promote. And that goes all the way back to Egypt. They said if it be a son, then ye shall kill him. But if he be a daughter, then she shall live. Like I said, man, America took this to the nth degree. America is saying this, man, and guess what? Hey, shalom, sir. Yes, what's up?
What's going on?
Come, sir.
What's going on?
What's up, Christ?
Hey,
You want it right now, sir? You need a few minutes.
give me a minute.
Connor will come, sir. Connor will come. Pick up the captain, Shapar, and the Posh in the building.
Christ, man.
Big captain.
I told you what y'all gonna shake me that easy. Oh, baby.
Connor will come. Connor will come. Connor will come. Let's keep reading, night, bud.
Connor will come. This book, Exodus 1 and verse 17. Mm-hmm. But the midwives feared God.
Now you know what's important about these sisters right here? It says, but the midwives, they feared God. These were some righteous sisters, man. They feared the Most High. You got this ruler, you got Pharaoh coming. He said, yo, you have a son, kill him. You have a daughter, let him live. But these sisters feared God. And fearing the Most High, meaning this, that you'll obey it, and you'll keep the commandments. Keep going.
Come. And did not as the king of Egypt commanded them, but saved the men children alive.
They didn't do what Pharaoh commanded them, man. They didn't do it. They told Pharaoh, to hell with you, man. We fear the Most High. Sisters nowadays, you can't look to your sexy reds and your glorrillas. They don't fear the Most High. Right. These sisters understood, man, that I'm not going to abort these babies. I'm not going to murder our sons. Right. These are the sisters you got to be like. And sisters like that you can find in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. And with that being said, I'm going to pass the class off to Priest and Captain of 13,000, Shapar Napash.
Most High in Christ, give it up. Give it up. Hey, brothers, man, I'm gonna tell you something. Wait, that was real heavy. the scripture he brought out. That's what we need, man, right today. We need our sisters to fear the Lord or to teach them about the Most High and to, fear him, man. That's the scriptures say the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. Right. You understand? So that's what we need, man. Without a shadow of a doubt. I want to send a shout out to the generals, of course. I want to give a shout out to the generals. Commander General Yohanna, General Muhammad, General Mayat, General Shalmar, General Kathangabar, General Kabalama. You understand? The captains, all the brothers and sisters, man. You understand? I want to give a big shout out because you know what's around the corner, right? The Passover. The Passover. And it's going to be glorious, man. It's going to be wonderful. I can't wait. I'm like a kid waiting in the candy store. I can't wait. You understand? What was I going? Let me see. We got the video that I sent you. Yeah, if we can pull that up real quick. I'm gonna go into a little bit. Now, first and foremost, do we have any questions?
Not right now. Not right now, sir.
Any questions in the room? No questions? Okay. I want to go into the characteristics of the Lord. Called all through the scriptures. He talks about his lost sheep. He talks about Israel and referring to them as a sheep. Of course, there's different scriptures. Well, with the Lion of Judah, you know what I'm saying, and all that. And then he got all the different tribes. There's different. Kind. But I want to go into this sheep, man. This thing is this is spiritual. This is spiritual, and we need to take this into our understanding and try to, mimic what the Lord is trying to tell us, man, as being the children of Israel. Putin came in. What? At 9? Okay. Hey, I gotta clip it at 9 then, huh? Okay. All right. What was I saying? Okay. Who gonna take it? What's the name gonna take it? Oh, he can take it. Okay, there's no sweat. Okay. No sweat. Hey, Abad Hayah, man, boy, you had me worried to hell, man. I ain't know what the hell to do, my brother. I showed up at the hospital two times looking for you. They said, no, you can't come in without an appointment. I couldn't come back up there, man. Shoot. I said, my man. Yeah, boy, that class ain't been the same. Of course, we got y'all, Matham, he do an excellent job. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm glad to see you, Hebrew, man. You know what I mean? Give a brother a call, goddamn. Shit. Let me know what's going on. Damn. I ain't that far. Oh, goddamn. All right. So, play the video. Can we see it? We can't see it up here, can we?
Oh, yeah, come on.
Okay, play it. Let's see what we got going on. Let's see what we got going on, man. Somebody give me John 10:27. We're going to look at this. Now, check this out. Now, when you see this, it should let you know something. You understand? This is real. This is speaking to blacks and Hispanics. It's speaking to our inner self. It ain't speaking to this fleshly world that we and the flesh that you desire in this world. This is something deeper. This is something more holy, something more sacred. Getting into that penetrating that armor you got up from being in this place right here. Okay, let's get it. What he's doing is he's sending different people that call the sheep. That's the first man. Calling. The sheep's not responding, right? She going up. Boy, she goofy as hell, man. All the words.
Oh, good.
Nothing happened. Third person. Now here comes the shepherd. Who's stick your head up?
Look at them.
That's amazing. They're coming. They're coming. This is amazing. One more.
Hey, that's amazing.
Was that cool or what? You will never have the same.
Isn't that something? Now it gives you some understanding on the scripture where Christ talked about this, man.
Right.
You understand? A lot of people living in the city, we never get to understand or experience the type of things because we're so alienated from, that type of reality, that type of culture. But the Lord said, who got it for me? Read it for me, Abba.
This is the book of John, 10, verse 27. My sheep hear my voice.
Yahweh, this is our King speaking. And we go out there and speak the words of the Lord, man. And we spill it for everybody. We give it to them like it's supposed to be given. And Yahweh laid down something real spiritual.
Right.
Like he knows, remember, this is Adam. He named the animals. So he knows naming the animals ain't just like you just associating the name, it's understanding the function and what that animal is about. You understand? That's why a name is so important. Brother get named by a characteristic or something about that brother. You would give brothers names without even understanding you doing that. You know what I mean? You might give them a little nickname or something, Right. That brother always represent this to you or something like that. Well, Yahweh said, read it from the top.
My sheep hear my voice.
My sheep hear my voice, man. We in the last days, man. You mean to tell me this class should be filled to the hilt?
Right.
You understand? My sheep hear my voice, which is real spiritual. You in here for a reason. We in here to gather them sheep, man. Read on.
And I know them.
And Yahweh I say, I know them. Like he know them animals. He know them. That's spiritual, man.
Right.
He knew you. He knew you before you was who you are right now.
Right.
Of course, you got plenty of scriptures to back that up. You know what I mean? We ain't going into reincarnation right now. We talking about, we going into a little bit of Passover. You understand? And trying to bring a little bit of that out. My sheep hear my voice, and they read on.
And I know them.
And Yahweh said, and I know them. Read on.
And they follow me.
And what?
And they follow me.
Just like that man, that shepherd, when he called them sheep, they gathered together, didn't they?
Right.
Gathered together. Zephaniah. Somebody give me Zephaniah. This is not me saying it. This is not Commander General Yohanna saying, well, he's saying it, but this is a command from the Lord.
Right.
You know what I mean? This is spiritual.
Right.
You understand? Read, who got Zephaniah 2 and 1?
I do, sir.
Read it for me.
Zephaniah chapter 2 and verse 1. Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together. O nation not desired.
God said to gather together. You're not desired in this place, man. I listen to sisters all the time saying, black men, they ain't got this, and black men they ain't this and that and all that. We not desired in this place, man. We ain't gonna have, because we ain't a part of this world. You understand? So, of course, that's all them fools, because they want what they want. You know what I'm saying? But God said to gather yourselves together, and then He said nation. He didn't say single as a single person. Right. You understand? He didn't say as a person they got their own, want to do their own thing and all that. Nah, we're a nation of people. Is that it? Okay. Let's go to the characteristics, because I had a couple of things I want to go into. Let's see. Somebody give me John 17 and 22. You understand? Let me talk about something that Satan hates, man, and our people just do not understand. He hates unity, man. You to unite, and one of the characteristics of sheep, they come together. They are in the flock. They go together because that's where their protection is amongst one another. That's where they get count. Imagine if you was a single person out there trying to deal with this world on your own. What is it that you would not be getting? Come, somebody give me some. Go ahead. Protection. Give me some more. Go ahead, man. Brotherhood. Give me more. Go ahead. Counsel. That's very important. Very good. So now, you in this world asked out no protection, no brotherhood. You ain't got no counsel on how you supposed to be dealing with your situations. What else? Go ahead. Leadership. That's excellent. That's what I was looking for. You have no leadership. You have nobody to care for a man that cares for the flock. Very important, man. Christ, I ain't gonna go into it right now. Christ said, what did He say about leadership? When He said that they have no shepherd. Where is that scripture? When He said they have no shepherd. Man, y'all know what I'm talking about. Read John 17 and 22.
This is the book of John, chapter 17 and verse 22. And the glory which thou gavest me, I have given them, that they may be one, even as we are one.
Hold on, wait a minute. There's something deep about that scripture right there. Go ahead, you had your hand up.
I believe it's Matthew chapter 9, verse 36.
Okay, hold that. We're gonna come right to it. Read that again. Let's digest this scripture that he's reading right now. One more time.
This is the book of John 17, verse 22. And the glory which thou gavest me.
And the glory that you gave me, read.
I have given them.
I have given to them. Read.
That they may be one, even as we are one.
That they may be one. What does that mean? It's something real heavy. I'm going to give it to you. Unity, coming together, is not a natural thing. Believe it or not. It's not natural. Oh, Satan then divided us. If it was natural, we would have naturally came together. We've been naturally came together. That's why Christ prayed that we would be as one, unified, because it's something you gotta fight your flesh. Your flesh wants the things of this world. And you, being the spiritual side, wants wants what the Lord, trying to do the right thing, trying to do what the Lord wants. That's why when Paul said, I think we're going to go into that too, where he had that war against his flesh. His flesh wanted the things that the world told him is supposed to want. The world told Paul that he should desire this type of woman, desire this type of, existence. You know what I'm saying? Do this, be a part of this. That ain't what God said, man. He didn't tell us to do that, man. Give me some more. Is that it?
That was in the verse.
Give me a little bit more.
Okay, verse 23. I and them, and thou and me.
Listen, and I and them, and they are. What does that mean? I heard crickets for a minute. Come on, y'all scholars, man. I'm gonna have to go ahead in the back. What's the brother's name? I can't do it. Father Zachariah. They are all the same. They're all the same. But what does this mean? Go ahead.
As we follow Christ, as Christ followed the Most High.
I and them, and they and me. We read that again.
I and them, and thou and me.
Mm-hmm.
Keep reading, sir?
No, that's it. Meaning this. Okay, I'm gonna give it to you. You do not represent yourself. Christ is who you represent. When you see somebody, when you see a sister, how will Christ deal with this sister? See another brother, how will Christ deal with this brother? That's very important for the Passover too. Christ is in you. You don't represent you the way you think you're supposed to be looking at things. If you thinking that you supposed to individually look at something, then you off. Because how are we gonna come together if you's the individual? If you looking at things the way you looked at things, Christ got to be in me. That way, if Christ in you, and in her, and in him, we all can come together because we ain't violating one another. Right. But if I'm thinking about, myself and my individual thoughts, Christ ain't in me, now what? I can violate somebody. I can I can do the things that I'm not supposed to do. That's a very important scripture to understand, man. Christ in you. You understand? Read on.
Oh God, that they may be made perfect in one.
That they may be made perfect. How can you not be perfect then? But it's going to take some denying yourself. It's going to take some putting away that flesh. That nobody wants to do. That flesh, boy, it's something. It's a monster. Like somebody told me the greatest fight you ever had, and I've been in plenty of fights in my life, is against your goddamn self, boy. Right. That nigga right there, boy, he gonna take some. He can't take it. He take a beating and come on back. He's like that's an undefeated nigga. Oh, am I on what's his name?
No, you good, sir.
That's an undefeated nigga right there, boy. He determined. He's determined. That's the type of fight you win, man. You understand? All right, where we at?
We're still in John 17:23, sir.
Okay, go ahead.
And that the world may know that thou hast sent me.
Hold on, wait a minute. Read that again.
And that the world may know that thou hast sent me.
You as a representative. Everybody's gonna look at you and be like, them people, them brothers and sisters right there, they got something that there's something special that's not a part of this place, man. They're united, they care for one another, they down, you know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be something different in their eyes. You understand? Anybody got something they want to put on to it? I'm rambling on and all that. Y'all can go ahead and say something if you like, or you got a question. You know what I mean? Read that one more time.
Oh God. And that the world may know that thou hast sent me.
You're a representative in this world. Don't forget that.
Right.
You understand? You represent our King, man. And that's a glorious thing. You know what I'm saying? The United States got ambassadors that go to different countries that represent the United States. You know what I mean? In a foreign land. Well, that's what you do. You in this foreign land right here, and you represent our King.
Right.
You understand? So, go ahead. That's it?
A little bit more, sir.
What verse we at?
Verse 23 at the end.
Okay, go ahead.
And has loved them as thou hast loved me.
Ooh, boy. And has loved them. That's powerful. All the evil going on today, all the hatred, the unthankfulness, all the things that's going on that we doing as black people to other black folks, our own people. You understand? That love, man. What is that love? That love surpasses that abuse that you might have suffered when you was a child or whatever.
Wow.
The love of Christ surpasses any type of enemies that you think you may have in this life right here.
Right.
The love of Christ surpasses all that, man, because it is something that, how can I explain it? It is something that in the kingdom of heaven, you're going to rejoice about.
Right.
Feel me? Right now, it seems like, we're in a situation where, we catching all kind of hell.
Right.
But that kingdom is on its way, man. And you're going to want to be a part of it. And you're going to want to have a seat in Christ's kingdom. Well, you're going to have to, those afflictions you got, you're going to have to deal with that, man. You're going to have to deal with it. And you ain't going to be no bitch about dealing with what you got to go through.
Right.
Go through it, man. Come back, be a brother. Go through it and be a brother and come up in this truth like you're supposed to.
Right.
You got a problem, you know what I'm saying? Brother, we got brotherhood in here, man.
Right.
And what can we overcome? Is there a situation you can't overcome? Right now, being in the UPK, there's nothing feasible you can't overcome, man. You tell me you can't overcome something, I'm looking at you like you a fool, man. I'm looking at you like you just getting in here and don't know any scriptures and don't understand what's going on. That's how I'm looking at you. I mean, I'm going to help you out, of course, and I ain't going to tell you, but I'm going to look at you like, okay, this brother need to be, he need to be shown because he doesn't understand certain things. Where we at? Being low. What does it mean being low in spirit? Because sheep, when y'all see them sheep, it does not look like they aggressive. They don't, do they? Don't look aggressive, do they? They lowly in spirit, right? Gentle, meek. Go ahead, Quatazan. Like meek, that's right. Let me tell you something. In order to develop those characteristics, you got to be long-suffering. Long suffering means what? Don't mean what is it? Go ahead. Go ahead, Abad.
You gotta be patient continually.
That's right. Patient continually and bearing each other. We got to come together as family, man. Because if we don't, we're gonna be forced together as family in a minute.
Right.
Forced. Because this place is gonna go down and you're gonna need somebody in that time.
Right.
So we better come together right now, man. Right now. Because this thing is going faster than I ever imagined. I can remember a time where our oppressor was sitting above us, and it didn't look like anything was going to remove him out of his seat. Nothing. He was sitting there and had his hands in all kind of different empires and all that, trying to regulate everything. He was policing the world. Now, that devil is on guard now. You look at him, Biden, all of them. Biden and Trump. Trump said something about black people with superpowers. I want to find that video. Did you see that? The one where he said black people with superpowers. We got to do something now, because you can't imagine black people with all kind of powers and stuff like that. Did you see that one? He was scared. That was a scared devil, boy. He knows something that we just don't understand. He knows something about black people that video, I gotta find that video, man. I gotta find it. Okay, where we at? So now the loneliness, give me Ephesians 4:1. And don't listen, here's another word. Remember, Christians say, I'm saved, I'm saved. Remember Christians say saved? A Christian is a fool that mimics everything that's being taught to her by her slave master or his slave master. I'm saved, I'm saved. Endurance. Enduring these things is what salvation is all about. We got to endure this long suffering, being patient with one another, bearing each other's burdens. We got to do that, man. You understand? Give it to me. Where we at?
This is the book of Ephesians 4, verse 1.
What?
I, therefore, the prisoner of the Lord.
Who is this talking? Go ahead.
Paul.
That's right. And what is he saying? He's a prisoner. I always think about that damn song, Spotlight. That woman said, Jim Hudson said she's a prisoner, what did it say? Is she a prisoner in maximum security? Meaning underneath you don't take her nowhere, keep her secluded and all that. Y'all ain't never heard that song? Oh, that's an evil ass song. That's an evil goddamn song. That's an evil song, boy. That black woman said she want to get in the spotlight. She tired of your shenanigans. You understand? But she don't remember how Sarah was a prisoner underneath Abraham. How Isaac and Rebecca. Rebecca ain't run her goddamn. Sarah called Abraham Lord, didn't she? Go ahead.
Although say Cat was so heavy about what you break it down, that's how the oppressor, that's how Satan was able to get Eve.
Right.
If you think about it, like the oppressor came up to Eve talking about, I see you out here, I can make you like a god.
Right.
You ain't gonna be locked down no more. She took the deal.
She wanted Adam's position so bad. She wanted to be, I tell you what it is today. She wanted to be the head of the family. So in order to be the head of the family, she got to get rid of you. Because you blocking her spotlight. She want to shine. She want to be of your kids now. Them your kids. The Lord used her as a vehicle to bring your kids down here on the earth. She's the vehicle that brings your kids down. She's supposed to be underneath your authority. You understand? That's how it's supposed to go. And then, give me that. I did something else. Where the Lord said, where are you to Adam?
Come.
Somebody find out. Okay, where we at? We finishing? Go ahead.
I, therefore, the prisoner of the Lord.
Prisoner of the Lord, Paul said. Go ahead.
Beseech you that you walk worthy of the vocation wherewith you are called.
You call for what? What's the vocation you call? Go ahead.
Priest.
That's right. How you gonna be a priest and you can't walk into the? You got to be. You got. In other words, the Lord called you out of your life, raised you from the dust. You in the dust when you was in that goddamn world. You was in the dust, and the Lord raised you from the dust of the ground and trying to raise you up to be a priest. But you ain't trying. It could be you fighting against the Lord, and now you stagnated. You ain't getting raised up like you know what I'm saying? That's what's going on. Read on. Where we at?
Verse 2 of Ephesians.
Go ahead.
4 verse 2. With all lowliness and meekness.
With what?
With all lowliness and meekness.
Lowliness and meekness. With all lowliness and meekness, man. That took a minute for me to understand that scripture right there, boy. I'm battling the world. I understand, brother. Brother coming out that world. If you a fighter and you coming out that world, goddamn it, it's damn near you. That world didn't. What is it done? Made you want to fight every goddamn thing. You don't understand the truth. Anybody coming there, you know what I mean? You just got that defense up. That defense up. We ain't supposed to be like that. We ain't like that as people, man. But this world, it makes you put that defense up because this world is so evil, man. This world hates, does not. A black man is rejected in this world, man. We rejected in this place, man. You understand? Go ahead. And they use your woman to help you, to bring you to, this, to bring you to this evil place. But they for sure don't recognize black men. You still in the Constitution, 3/5 of a man, still, right now. 3/5.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Go ahead.
With long suffering, forbearing one another in love.
Forbearing. Give somebody look up bearing. Look up what does bearing mean? Bearing. Forbearing one another in love, man. That's how we're supposed to be, man. That's how we're supposed to be. We're supposed to show love to one another, man. You know what I'm saying? Of course we're supposed to, because that's what we're supposed to be in the spirit of Christ.
Right.
Go ahead. Anybody got it?
Bearing. Definition 1. A person's way of standing or moving. Relation, reverence. That's the definition I have, sir.
Okay.
This one says forbearing in the scriptures.
Okay, look up forbearing. Go ahead. What you got back there?
Is it forbearing?
No, just look up bearing. What you got for bearing?
It's a manner in which one conducts or carries oneself, including posture and gesture. Yeah,
right. We supposed to carry ourselves as representatives of Christ. I'm sorry, forbearing. Damn, I don't say bearing. All right.
If I could, sir,
off
the top, the definition of bearing can mean to hold something.
Right, to bear something, to bear something like the weight or something like that. But also meaning, let's listen to the forbearing one. Go ahead, read it for me.
Forbearing, an adjective of a person, patient and restrained.
That's what I want. Patient and restraint. Go ahead. That's it? Okay. Now, knowing that, that's supposed to be our demeanor. Right. That's supposed to be within our spirit. Right. What you got going on out here? Come on. Satan wants what? If we supposed to have patience, restraint, gentleness, lowliness, kindness to one another, What does Satan want? Go ahead. Go ahead.
Combativeness.
Who?
Combativeness.
That's right. In other words, he wants us to be at odds. He wants us to be against one another. He wants chaos. He wants confusion. You understand? That's what he wants. But that ain't a part of what our spirit, what we're supposed to have in our spirit, man.
Right.
You understand? Where we at? Of course, that's what if you look at sheep, that's a great example of how we're supposed to be as brothers and sisters, man. You understand? Let's get to Galatians 5 and 17. And then somebody hold me Galatians 5 and 22. Go ahead and do this real quick. We gotta read 9. What time is it? I don't know what time with it.
Time check, sir, 8:28.
Okay, we good. All right. 5 and 17.
Oh God. This is the book of Galatians, chapter 5 and verse 17. For the flesh lusted after.
Give me what Paul said a few scriptures above. I think when you talking about his flesh against. I think it's against his flesh or something like that. He said, the things I do not do, or whatever. Give me 2 verses above the scripture you just read. Go to 15.
This is the book of Galatians, 5 and verse 15.
Uh-huh.
But if ye bite and devour one another, take heed that ye be not consumed one of another.
Read a verse above that.
Verse 14. For all,
watch this out. Go ahead.
For all the law is fulfilled in one.
In one what?
In one word, even in this. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
Listen, this is what I'm talking about right here. The law is fulfilled in loving your neighbor. Who is your neighbor? Of course, that's your brother. It ain't talking about the other nations, of course. I don't think we have to go over that. But he's reiterating that we're supposed to have love one to another. Read on.
5, verse 15. But if ye bite and devour one another.
But if you what?
But if ye bite and devour one another.
If you're going against one another, if you hating one another, what's going to happen?
Take heed that ye be not consumed one of another.
You're going to destroy yourself. The other nations are going to see you biting and devour one another, and they're going to join in to help you destroy yourself. That's what he just said. Read on.
Verse 16. This I say then, walk in the Spirit.
Walk in the Spirit, a commandment. I'm saying this. Walk in the Spirit. We're going to get down to it. Read.
And ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh.
You should not fulfill the lust of the flesh if you walk in the Spirit. What's the Spirit? What does it mean walk in the Spirit? Obey the Lord's commandments, man.
Right.
Come together and love. And listen, I'm going to tell you something else. You really, if you single-minded and you out there by yourself, you thinking that independent bullshit and all the rest of that old crap that they trying to push down your throat, you ain't going to have nothing to gauge how you are when you with your brothers and sisters. Meaning, if I'm amongst my brothers and sisters, if I'm out there somewhere single-minded, how do I know how I'm going to react when I'm around other people? You know what I mean? What the problems I have dealing with others. You know what I mean?
Right.
That type of thing. You don't understand that because you in the understanding that you're not supposed to be amongst other people. The Lord didn't create you. No man is an island. Remember that saying? No man is an island. You ain't off somewhere by yourself and have no connection with your people, man.
Right.
They try to feed that to black women that are independent lifestyle, and they suck it up because they want to be a part of this place so bad because this place shows black women that they got something for them. You understand? But here's the word of the Lord. And the Lord about to destroy this place. So you better get your act together.
Right.
Read on.
Verse 17. For the flesh lusteth against the spirit.
Read that again.
For the flesh lusteth against the spirit.
What does that mean? What does it mean to lust against the spirit? Go ahead.
To either go at odds or want what the spirit wants.
It don't want what the spirit want. Do your flesh want what the spirit want? We had no problem there. Anybody else want to take a stand? What does it mean? You right to a degree. Go ahead.
Because the spirit wants you to live, the flesh wants you to die.
Right.
That's true. That's right. But when it say the lust is against the spirit, okay. It says the flesh. Think about this. The flesh lusts against the spirit. Your woman lusts against your position. What does that mean? Go ahead.
Flesh wants the position of the spirit.
That's right. It wants to overthrow the spirit. It wants to subdue the spirit. It don't want to, have the same space as the spirit.
Right.
The flesh wants all of it.
Right.
You follow what I'm saying?
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
And the spirit against the flesh.
And the spirit against the flesh. Your spirit is supposed to be in charge of your flesh. If you got your flesh, if you walking in the world, you are operating in the flesh. If you're not obeying God's commandments, you operating in the flesh for real. And that's a dangerous position to be in. Very dangerous. You understand? People die every day because they're operating in the flesh. Don't understand what we breaking down right now. This is serious business, man. You understand? Read on. Where we at? What verse?
This is book Galatians chapter 5, verse 17.
Go ahead.
And these are contrary the one to the other.
They go against one another. They're not. Which side would you rather be on? The flesh or the spirit? Go ahead.
Spirit.
Yeah, of course. Anybody with any sense want to live and want to do the things of the Lord and want to subdue their flesh, but it ain't that easy. Because this world, Satan knows that you are the children of the Lord, and Satan is pushing everything of the flesh that you can imagine. Give me some of the things Satan's pushing. The high holy days. I mean, the holidays of this place. Give me some more. Go ahead. Violence. Give me some more in the back. Quatazai. What is Satan? Satan knows that you're the children of God and don't want you to operate in the spirit. What are the things that Satan is pushing to you to keep you operating in the flesh? Woo! That's a kill. Go ahead. Oh, come on, man. It ain't that hard. Come on, man. Why did I say, let me think. Let me see. Go ahead. Money, that's right. That's right. But not money, but not only just money, but the evil intent on how to gain money. Drug dealers, pimps, stuff like that. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Sir, my topic before you came in, sir, abortion.
Abortion.
I was watching Glorilla. She was on with Shannon Sharp. And
that thing is something. That thing is a moving demon. You know what I mean?
She made a comment. Shannon was like, brothers might try to trap you with a baby. She said she got a membership at the abortion club.
Damn. She always take things another level because she is totally in obedience with that white oppressor of hers. She wanted to please that white man so bad, and doing that, she goes overboard. You know what I mean? That black, that thing is something else. There's a few of them like that. You know what I mean? It's the same thing as when you got Puff Diddy and the rest of them talking about vote. Now his ass is up. You know, they looking for him for a child. What did he do? Yeah, he did. Damn near everything. You right. But transport children and all that. That damn demon, that man is. I mean, I done had several people come out of him with him about the evil he doing. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, give me some more. Go ahead. Boredom, drugs. You know what I mean? Prostitution, all kind of stuff, man. All kind of stuff, all over the damn place. Let's get some more. Where we at?
Ephesians 5:17.
Go ahead.
And these are contrary the one to the other, so that ye cannot do the things that ye would.
Meaning, what does that mean? This is important too. Good night. This is important. What does that mean? Go ahead.
You want to serve the Lord, but the flesh is always at odds, always attacking you, always on your mind.
Yes. And now you understand why brothers and sisters don't come into the truth. They might be sitting at home looking at the scripture and and may have a good one will to serve the Lord, but that flesh is preventing them from coming in here and doing what they're supposed to do in order to serve the Lord. You know what I mean? Go ahead, let's get some more.
Verse 18. But if ye be led of the Spirit, ye are not under the law.
Listen, if you are led under the Spirit, you are not under the law. What does that mean? Go ahead.
You're the penalty of the law. So you're not under the
You're not under the police. Meaning, if you break the law, which your flesh is going to do, now you under the law, because your flesh is going to have you break the law. But if you in the Spirit, you ain't breaking no laws, and now they got no dominion over you. Police can't come and lock you up if you ain't did nothing wrong. You understand? They can only come and lock you up if you did something wrong. You understand? And we would have a Levite. You can't show up at your door. You did something wrong, and put your behind in chains or execute you or whatever, depending on what law you done broke. Read on. Where we at?
Okay. This book of Galatians, verse 19. Now the works of the flesh are manifest.
Now, if you have you don't understand what the flesh means or what the things that you do that are in the flesh, Paul finna break it down right here. Shouldn't be no more. You shouldn't be saying, well, I don't understand what the flesh does because I don't know how the flesh works, you know. In other words, you got something you don't understand. Paul finna tell you plain, read.
Which are these?
Which are these?
Adultery.
You go sleep with another brother's woman. That's a work of the flesh. Right. Now, wait a minute. Every song on the radio is talking about sleeping with another man's woman. Right. Every song on the radio in the world is talking about doing it. That's the work of the flesh. Right. God said not to do it. Go ahead.
Fornication.
Unlawful sex. sleeping with animals, sleeping with your brother, your sister, whatever, homosexuality. All that's fornication. It's unlawful sex. Now, if you want to do those things, then that's the work of the flesh. You're in your flesh. You operating in your flesh. Read on.
Uncleanness.
Unclean. What does it mean to be unclean? Uncleanness. They ain't just don't talking about washing your hands, right? You unclean when what? What? When you break the law. When you break God's law. Read on.
Lasciviousness.
Lasciviousness. Read.
Verse 20. Idolatry.
Idolatry. Oh my goodness. That hit a lot of people right there. All you Christians and Muslims, you idolaters, man. You better repent. You operating in the flesh. You ain't operating in the spirit. Read on.
Witchcraft.
Witchcraft. A lot of these black women doing all kind of witchcraft on the black man and hating the black man. Got y'all pictures on some fake Facebook Wicca site, talking all kind of spells, all down in New Orleans. They got little dolls of Yediah. They got little dolls sticking them like this. Dolls of us or whatever. You know what I mean? They hate the witchcraft. Kind of spells. This black woman's all kind of. Listen, if she ain't in that, she ain't in birthdays and stuff. Some kind of worshiping the stars. Some kind of witchcraft. It's damn near like they got to turn from one to the other. You tell them you can't serve Christianity, they go right into Islam, witchcraft or whatever. Worshiping the nature and all that shit. Dumb thing don't know the first thing about nature is gonna worship. Don't know nothing about what she worshiping. You know what I mean? Good night. Go ahead. Hatred upon each other. That's the works of the flesh. Let me tell you something. It ain't talking about hatred in the white man. That ain't what it's talking about. Your neighbor is your brother. Say your neighbor in the beginning. Your brother. If we in the same nation and your ass is hating me and I'm in hell like you, then that shows you got some goddamn serious issue. You got a problem. Because why should I hate? Of course, it's not all brothers gonna be able to handle being in this condition the same. Some brothers, and going through the same days. We ain't all going through the same goddamn things, nor we got the capacity to handle things the same way. You tell me I got to hate my brother because he in hell like me, and the Lord then rose me up to a certain understanding that I should help my brother. You just a waste of time for the Lord, man. You're a waste of goddamn time, man. Somebody got to explain to you why you so goddamn evil that you ended up hating your brother. You'll never help your brother because you think you think you can't help him. You help yourself. That's evil shit. Hell, go ahead, Yediah.
Oh, stop the time, 8:45.
Already, go ahead.
Variance.
Barrenness. Spell it.
V-A-R.
Oh, variance. Oh yeah, keep going.
Emulation.
Y'all got different. Y'all at odds with each other. And emulation, I don't know. Negroes always emulating the white man. They want to be what you call that guy that the drug dealer, the Italian cat. Oh man, I can't think of the name of it. Every black man want to be young Gotti. They want to be Gotti. What's the other one name? The one that the mafia guy. Oh God, y'all so Y'all don't know. That's good, man. Maybe y'all ain't been there before. I don't know why I saw them movies and I seen black people in the street that I never met before. And I can tell they watched that movie because they trying to be the tame cat. You know, shooting up the goddamn place, thinking they're gonna get rich, living in a mansion, all the women they can have, all the lust they can desire, but got to answer to Satan. You know what I mean? About all that. Go ahead, read on. That's it.
Wrath.
Wrath, anger. Y'all know about that, right?
Right.
Y'all know that's they all know that's the flesh right there. You and your brother fighting against each other, trying to knock each other's head off, while the white man is going to Mars. You knocking each other's head off. What kind of sense does that make? Go ahead, read on. What verse here?
Verse 20, sir. Seditions.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Heresies.
Go to heresies. Y'all know that. Every Israelite camp you can understand, goddamn, bringing up a new goddamn doctrine, a new way to follow God. You understand? Some old clown that's the head of some organization that think they got the way. I mean, those are you bring up heresies, man. You bring up strife. You make the Holy Spirit. You anger the Spirit of the Lord, man.
Right.
You understand? Read on.
Verse 21. Envyings.
Envies. Y'all know about that, envying. Go ahead.
Murders.
Murders, and that's all over the damn place. That's a symptom of the flesh.
Right.
Brother envy another brother, brother hate another brother. What's that? What's the show you got that hatred? That arm. That arm, meaning that gun. That's an extension of your arm. You understand? You gun down that brother. It shows the hatred you have for that brother.
Right.
Go ahead, read on some more.
Drunkenness.
Drunkenness. Being waking up to seek liquor. Waking up, living your life because you refuse to come into the fold and get the right counsel and guidance, and brothers that help guide you in the ways to live your life. So you out in the world trying to deal with the world hating you, and your response is to get drunk, to get high. I'll show the world. I'm gonna get high as a damn kite. I'll show them. That's what you are. Give me some more. Rebellion against the Lord. What verse you at?
Verse 21, sir.
Go to verse 22.
Verse 22.
Let's talk about the works of this. Go ahead, read on.
But the fruit of the Spirit.
Yeah, it's a good part. Now we on the other side. Y'all got to read these things, man. This is fruit of the Spirit. Fruit of the Spirit will be the Passover. I know that. Read on.
Is love.
Love. Love is truth, man. What is love? What is love?
Keeping the law.
There you go, brother. You right on point, I buy. God dang. Go ahead.
Joy.
Joy. Oh, man. Listen, I know things look bad. I'm in it. Listen, can you imagine y'all think that things I'm in it. We all in this together, man. Right. Look at all this hell out here, man. Fighting and killing and all this. We supposed to emulate joy and represent Christ to the fullest, man. Go ahead.
Peace.
Peace. Peace. Peace is the commandments.
Right.
Lord said you're supposed to be the peacemakers, man.
Right.
You're supposed to be the peacemakers. You're supposed to let me tell you something. You're supposed to go in the zone and show them how they're supposed to live.
Right.
Show them what the Lord, you know what I'm saying, institute the Lord amongst them. And all them people know that you a leader and that you that implemented peace, you was a peacemaker among them. Or the other nations ain't going, you know what I mean? They don't understand peace. They don't know the Lord. Give me some more.
Long suffering.
Long suffering. Not all getting agitated. This is what young brothers and sisters got to understand. They got to take it to the spirit. They got to be long suffering, man. That comes with time and experience. Brother and sister going through something, you got to, help them out and deal with it. And it might not be over in a timely fashion like you want it. You're gonna have to keep dealing with that situation, man. And be long suffering and stop and not complain about having to deal with the situation. Read on.
Gentleness.
Gentleness is like them sheep. Nice and gentle. Read on.
Goodness.
Goodness. Go to verse 23.
Verse 23. Meekness.
Y'all gotta say any more meekness. The meek shall inherit the earth, right?
Right.
We supposed to be like that, man. That's how we supposed to be. Go ahead.
Temperance.
Temperance. Not going off. Not springing off at any goddamn thing. What you see brothers do, because a lot of times brothers raised up with women and they got their emotions. So they fly off the goddamn handle and shoot somebody because they just irritated. You know what I mean? Temperance. We should have had that. Go ahead, Katza.
If I could, sir, too, man. And when they have that woman's spirit, they can't take correction either from a man.
That's right. It's hard for them to take correction. They're going to take correction from you, or they'll take it from the white man when they're in that jail cell. He's telling them when they can get up and take a shower, and when they can take a dump and all that other thing, and lock them down in solitary confinement. Then maybe they'll look like they needed to take correction from somebody. You understand? Give me some more. Where we at?
Against such there is no law.
Okay, where we at? Verse
23.
Now, this thing, what we just read, the works of the Spirit, this requires knowledge of the Lord, man.
Right. You
got to have knowledge of the Lord to be able to attain these things. You can't be in the world and think you're going to get all these things and attain them and not understand God. Right. It don't happen that way. Have you ever seen anybody attain these things without the knowledge of the Lord? Impossible. It's impossible. I'd rather see you hit the damn lotto than for a person out in the world that think they can attain this type of behavior without the Lord. Where we at? 8:54 already. Also, sheep need a shepherd, of course. I'm going to that. Where Christ said, give me Matthew 9:36. But here's another thing. You wasn't meant. One thing about sheep. Do you see sheep being a workhorse? Sheep don't carry like donkeys and other animals carry loads. Sheep don't do that, right? You ain't supposed to be carrying the load you carrying from this empire, man. You supposed the load you carrying, I'm gonna tell you, is self-destruction. Christ said, come to me, all you that are heavy laden, and I shall give you rest. That thing you ain't supposed to carry. Go ahead, read that for me real quick, so we can get up out of here.
This is book of Matthew, 9 verse 36. But when he saw the multitude, he was moved with compassion.
Our king was moved with compassion when he saw the multitudes of us. Read.
On them, because they fainted and were scattered abroad.
Because we were scattered, what?
And were scattered abroad.
We were scattered abroad. So when he saw the multitudes coming, he said what?
As sheep having no shepherd.
As sheep having no shepherd. That's important, man. That's very important. Sheep, if you know sheep, the animals, they need a leader.
Right.
They need a shepherd. Could you imagine you got a flock of sheep and no shepherd? Oh, they wandering every goddamn way. They not doing, you know what I mean? They wandering everywhere. You need somebody to show you.
Right.
You need somebody to guide you. You need somebody to protect you. That's an I.S.U.P.K, man.
Right.
That's an I.S.U.P.K right here. I can't say it enough.
Right.
You understand? To show you the right way, man.
Right.
As sheep that had no shepherd. Yahweh knew that. And he said that for a reason. Because he knows that the sheep need a shepherd. Also, what else about a sheep? A sheep got that old nappy hair, don't it? Don't got that nappy hair? Got that nappy hair for sure. Sheep always go bad. What does that represent? Go ahead. The Hashawan Kodash, the holy tongue, the Hebrew. And also, Biden, real quick before we go, Biden said, what did Biden say? Not Biden, Putin. Putin brought out the archives. But remember when Adam, the Lord said Adam was raised from the dust of the ground. And then in Jeremiah 7, give me Jeremiah 7 and 14. Or 14 and 2, real quick, huh? We gotta go? Okay, go ahead. Jeremiah 14 and 2 says what?
This is from Jeremiah, the 14 and verse 2. Judah mourning.
Judah, one of the tribes of Israel. They had mourning. That's blacks. That's a black man in America. Read on.
And the gates thereof blended.
We got no protection. We got no leaders. Read.
They are blessed unto the ground.
Hold up. God said they black into the ground like Adam was raised from the dust of the ground.
Wow.
That's what I'm reading. I don't know what everybody else reading. They look at Putin like Putin brought something special out. We've been saying that.
Right.
So now that you got your edification from the white man, you should come up here and get your understanding from the black man.
Right.
With that being said, we out of here, man. We gone. We're tuning to y'all. Check us out, man. I.S.U.P.K. We got the Passover.
Right.
2 weeks. 2 weeks. 2 weeks, man. It's coming here like a monster. I'm ready for it. I'm going to get ready for it. You understand? Y'all go ahead. You know what I'm saying? Support each other. We're going to have a ball at the Passover. What else? What else? Anything else? Y'all could check out the classes. I'll be on Sunday at 2 o'clock. You know what I mean? We're gonna hold it down. We'll go into the Passover a little bit more. I want to bring this out because it's kind of, this is spiritual right here, man.
Right.
You understand? And it's only for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans.
Right.
No one else, man.